The screeching of an owl, you know the wind begins to howl. You know there's zombies on the prowl. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, Omi, Definity, everything update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below, super chats as well. Also, I apologize if every single time before this video I did the millennial pause. That's when you hit the live stream and then you wait a second because it used to take a couple seconds for it to like buffer before it actually starts recording. And nowadays technology, I guess it doesn't do that. I guess you can, it's called the Gen Z shake, where you press record and you start talking as soon as you press record. So I will be better about that. Didn't know that was a thing. Didn't know I was doing that. I feel like a boomer going and typing in a period after they put a space after the sentence. Anyway, we have a bunch to go over today. David teasing Dragon Ball Z. We have affiliate marketing to go over. We have new announcements by VeVe. We have new marketing tactics that they're doing, what they're doing, why they're doing it. Let's go talk about Definity real quick. Definity is going to launch their gaming repo in the next 48 hours. That is going to be anyone that has at least $250,000 in Bitcoin or more can go in and take their Bitcoin, use it as collateral in a non-taxable event, and get casino gaming chips with them. They are going to start it in the US. I cannot say which state or states they're going to start in. That will go on and be said, I assume, in the next week after that's done. And once that's done, how many other states can they roll out to? Can they go deep in certain states? Because if you go to like New York City, I don't think there's any type of casinos or anything in New York City, but there's at the Aqueduct. There is in the outskirts of there, just past Queens. There is an upstate. I don't know if there's gambling in upstate New York, but there definitely is on Long Island. So depending on the state is going to depend like how far you can go. Obviously, if it's something like in the southwestern states, you have like Oklahoma, you have Texas, you have Arizona, you have all of that. Those are the types of things that you have both state legislation and then you have the Indian reservations as well. Chosen going and saying, so with all the fees from VeVe and licensors and cashing out, do you know what the capital gains taxes are upon cash out? For VeVe, that's going to be contingent by country, state. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you have something like, I don't know how Portugal goes and taxes digital assets, but in New York, it's going to be insane. I think Vegas has no tax. I think Florida or PA like has no state tax or less than state tax. So it's really going to depend on that. I don't think the licensor matters, like whether you cash out after selling like, you know, a Todd Batman versus cashing out after selling like a, you know, like a partner statue. Again, I'm not a tax agent. This is not tax advice, but go over that with your accountant. Make sure you get an accountant that specializes in digital assets, because if they don't, they're just going to be lost by what the heck is this? This company, can you write off the gas fees if this company rugged, did X, Y, and Z? It's bananas. But the capital gains taxes, I have no idea what they are, what they'll be. I'd imagine, I'm not even sure if you're taxed when you cash out or if it's within the same ecosystem. Some states might do it differently. Like, well, when you cash out, that's when, you know, you get taxed because it hits your bank account. Or if you have to tax every single transaction, that would be insane. It's up in the air. I don't know how to do it. I leave that to my accountant. I wish I could be a little more helpful for you there, Chosen. By the way, if anyone's seen Cobra Kai, I think spoilers. Chosen comes back in like season 4, season 5, whatever. And now we're on season 6. There's 3 parts of season 6. Part 1 was epic. Part 2 is really good. I really can't wait for part 3. It's going to be the last of Cobra Kai. There's obviously going to be some spin-off movies, some spin-off stuff on there. You have the another Karate Kid, I think with Jackie Chan and Daniel LaRusso. I forget that dude's name. You're going to have that movie. It's going to be a little bit independent, but still within the same universe of Cobra Kai. Again, I'll keep you all posted with that. But thank you, Chosen, for the super chat. I'll be talking for about 30, 40 minutes. And then when I go in and finish that, I'll go and answer everyone's questions. But if you're like Chavez, I don't have time for 40 minutes for you to begin to answer questions. Do what the Chosen did, leave a super chat, and then I will go and answer your question right away and then get back to my spiel. So anyway, once Definity goes in and they launch that gaming repo again in a couple of days, I imagine it's going to take several weeks, if not a couple of months, for them to get approved for the states or the state or states that they're doing that in, and then they could roll out further in that state or states. Uh, as far as the buybacks go, I think they do that about once a month. I'm not 100% sure. It's random. It's got to be random for the buybacks, but buybacks might not need to stay random over the next couple months as Trump goes in and he kind of overhauls the SEC. And to be honest, Trump has been eyeing the CFTC to lead digital asset regulation, not the SEC, which would be a lot better because the SEC has had a ton of overreach. Incoming Trump administration wants to expand the power of the Commodities Futures Trading Commission by granting it oversight of a significant portion of the $3 trillion digital asset market. And this is according to Fox Business. The move would come as part of a broader effort by President Donald Trump and the Republican majorities in Congress to roll back some regulatory power the SEC has wielded over the digital asset industry under President Biden and his outgoing SEC chairman, Gary Gensler. Outgoing being that key word. CFTC, often referred to as the little sister of the SEC, is mandated by Congress to oversee $20 trillion in the U.S. derivatives market, which includes trading of futures, options, physical commodities like gold, oil, wheat, etc. Like the SEC, the CFTC does have the power to establish market rules and bring enforcement cases, but it's often perceived as having a lighter regulatory touch than the SEC because the derivative markets are dominated by sophisticated institutional players as opposed to small investors, and therefore are considered to be better equipped at managing risk. So again, this is things that I really like that he's doing. It's going to be really great for crypto. And again, another reason why I don't think Definity should be scared of buybacks. I don't think OMI should be scared of buybacks. I don't think OMI, and it seems that buybacks are on the table. It seems that buybacks and burns are back on, and it seems that land sales will be back on the table. Do we get those right away? Absolutely not. Do we get those in a couple of years from now? I think we can. I think we can get those a couple of years. I get it. Next bear market. But the fact that they could now continuously start to build towards that, I think that's something that would 100% do wonders for the token. I was talking about this with a couple friends the other day. Speaking of the OMI token, well, let's finish with Definity first, and then we'll get to OMI. Definity, not a great day for them. 9.5% down, with 27,000 in volume. 2/3 of people are feeling good about it. 1/3 feeling bad. And then let's see where all this volume is coming from. Honestly, it's probably just going to be, where the heck is it? I am not. Is CoinGecko making me trip? Okay, there we go. Mexi's 15, almost 16,000 worth. Uniswap is about 9,000, and then like 2,000 for PancakeSwap. So you have a little bit of mixed in there. But yeah, let's talk about OMI. I had a conversation with a couple friends, like, yo, let's just make a meme coin called like Make OMI Great Again. And then anything that we make on there, any profits, would just be used to buy OMI, paint the charts, be really good for the token. But yeah, that same conversation with a friend, he's like, when do you think it goes up? Like, I have no idea. And he's like, what would be the best license to get? I was like, well, the best would be Pokemon. Like, what do you think that does for? I was like, okay, well, out of all the things that we know publicly that they're doing, obviously OMI to NFT, obviously they're going to have being able to buy OMI with a credit card, which is nuts. I imagine some more exchanges are happening. I imagine you're going to get some more liquidity in there. All of these things are great. And you, I don't want to say you need them, but they are fantastic stepping stones, especially as you get to bigger exchanges. If we were on bigger exchanges, we would have had this last pump this last week, those last 2 weeks. The same as Flow, the same as Mana, the same as Sand, the same as Chill, the same as all these things. We would have had that if we were on bigger exchanges. And I'm not saying that that's not coming. I have no idea. They haven't really given us anything to go off of, again, at least publicly. I imagine that's got to happen at some point. I would guess that it would be after OMI to NFT is fully rolled out on Stacker. Right now, it is still in live testing. When does that finish? I don't know. That could be tomorrow. That could be 2 months from now. I have no idea. But then after that, it would seem that if we get utility, and once the utility is fully out there, it's by a third party, then maybe some exchanges. Which ones? I don't know. I would like to go small to big to big to big, because then you get a little bit of pump each one. They could decide to do that. They could decide to go with the big guns early. We'll see. And that's, if we get, that's if exchanges are prioritized, which I think they should be. But anyway, I said all of this doesn't pale in comparison, but all these are great. But if VeVe announced Pokemon, oh my God, especially if you could get Omi NFT on Pokemon, that's probably worth as much as the rest of it. I'm not going to say Pokemon is going to single-handedly change the narrative, although it could. It does seem like the narrative is changing anyway. McDonald's and Doodle Drops, Pharrell Williams and Doodle Drops. It seems a lot of them are focused on Doodle Drops, but a lot of things are doing it in general. When KFC gets into NFTs, it's probably a pretty good good time, and we have the first ones over on the blockchain. Speaking of licenses, Pokemon is not the only anime that obviously you want on here. You want Dead Man Wonderland, you want Hunter x Hunter, you want My Hero Academia, you want Attack on Titan. Obviously, you want Pokemon. Yu-Gi-Oh would be great. Naruto. But there's one that I haven't mentioned, and there's a reason why. I'll show you. One of the licenses that has been freshly teased from David just a couple hours ago. Take a look at. Oh shoot, I went on the wrong. Is in the fully evolvable breakdown that VeVe Digital Collectibles did. They go in, and he's got right under his name. What is that in the background? I will go and show you. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I got a new phone. I have to take a screenshot with my left hand. And if you go under his name, it is Goku with his power pole. That is Dragon Ball Z. Now, does this mean 100% we have Dragon Ball Z? Absolutely not. Is David in talks with, whoever Akira Toriyama left it to? Whether it's Toei Animation? I'm imagining he is in talks with them, and maybe that's just a little trinket. Be like, hey, maybe they gave that. Is that a fig pin? Oh, that could be wild too. It's possible that, in the KFC article, they had mentioned that look for different things such as sports, anime, music, etc. through Figpin. So maybe they could get it through Figpin. I'm sure they could get it themselves, but either way, maybe for X, Y, and Z, for different reasons, people are like, oh, we're still worried about digital assets. Then maybe they could go in and have they could get it through Figpin if people were still unaware, or if they were still a little weary of it, of NFTs, that would be great. But either way, I think that is a nice tease. Maybe it's not a tease. Maybe it's just something that David was gifted by. It could be something that could have been something that someone got at Comic-Con and they gave that to him. Be like, David, I like this. I'm pretty sure you'd like it too. Here's a gift from me to you. It could have nothing to do with the license. David is obviously just a fan, as I am. Super, like, you don't go in and have a Dragon Ball Z tattoo. You don't have that on your body unless you're a fan. So I'm just, casual fan over there. Anyway, that's one of the things that I really like about that. And also one of the things, he has Rick and Morty up there as well. He's had that up there for a long time. So he could have been in negotiations with that license for a couple of years, could have it. And I think after the Justin Roiland thing, even if we had the license, probably wouldn't have been a good time to roll that out. But again, this is all speculation here. This is the first time, however, that he has teased anything with Dragon Ball Z, I believe. I don't think that has shown up anywhere at any other time in his background. And again, how do we look at it? Do we look at it like Kyle XY, like nothing is just anything if it comes from Adam Balin? Or do we look at it as like, bro, he's got thousands of collectibles. This dude is just a fan. Like, it could be anywhere. It could be anywhere in between those two. We have no idea, but it's fun to talk about. Speaking of things that are fun to talk about, VeVe Versum had gone on and interviewed Ben. Shout out to him for that. It was a 40-ish minute interview. I don't care that you're obsessed with these sweatshirts. It was about 49 minutes, and VeVe Versum asked, like, hey, is there anything that you want to mention? Is there anything that you want to go in and announce right here, right now? And Ben said, yes, we have hired our affiliates marketing lead. Like yesterday, he was saying that the affiliates marketing lead was probably watching him. It is a him, it is a he. And he's going on and working on multiple things. One is now he just came in there like a tornado. It's like a Pidgeotto going in and doing a whirlwind. whirlwinded the team, and now he has someone that's in charge of just the marketing for the videos, which if you guys haven't seen, let's go over this real quick. Let's take a look at VeVe's videos. Remember when like they would do like a video a quarter? And now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have 10 videos in the last 7 days. In the last 7 days, that I don't think they've ever done that before. Now, granted, some of these are of the same, are from the collectors at heart. But again, it's put out by VeVe. I don't want to say that it doesn't matter who it's from, because obviously it does. But especially when you have somebody as talented as Metaverse Life, as talented as Ralph Ryan, and you go in and they're allowing him, they're both allowing each other to do like a fusion ha on this. He makes the content, and then VeVe goes and puts it out, which is phenomenal. Again, it's really good content. They go and they put it out. Some things obviously get more views than others. I really wish they would do streams. The last time they did a stream was not too long ago. It was 7 days ago. Now, granted, has 1,500 views on YouTube. That is great. But they weren't also simultaneously streaming to X. And if you simultaneously stream to X, they would have gotten like, again, they have 57,000 followers, subscribers over on YouTube. They have like over 200,000 followers over on X. So I feel like that could have gotten a lot more views if that was also done on X. Planet Vampire saying, he came in like a wrecking ball. I never felt so hard in love. Sorry, my voice is just gone. When I streamed for like 4.5 hours the other night, that it's still out there. And then I had to spend like 6 hours yesterday at a freaking T-Mobile. I also, again, new phone. I did not have to pay a upgrade charge. I did not have to pay that $35 upgrade charge. And do you want to know why? All right, so here I am. Here I am once again, feeling lost. All right, I'm just getting into the outfit I was yesterday. I was wearing this. I was also wearing a Mario Kart shirt. This was buttoned up all the way up, so you could only just see like a red shirt. And then they had a Nintendo Mini in there. It's like a small Nintendo Entertainment System, but it has like I don't know how many games. It has a bunch of broken games on it. And one of the games that they were playing was it didn't have it for just Nintendo. They had it for Super Nintendo as well, the SNES. And they're just like, they had it in there. They were playing Mario Kart. I was like, oh, and the salesperson was just like, do you want to get X, Y, and Z? Like, do you want to get these fully whatever coverage and the insurance and all this? And I was just like, you know, like he was trying to upsell me, which that's what you're supposed to do as a salesman. And then I was like, is there any fees that I could, you know, that you guys do, that maybe that I could like save on? And like, well, you might be able to save on X, Y, and Z. And I took a look at the itemized bill. I was like, okay, I have this idea. I will get everything that you want me to get. Commissions be damned. Get everything that you want me to get. If you beat me in Mario Kart. And if I beat you in Mario Kart, I save on the $35. Like this is going to cost me like an extra like couple $100, or I'd save $35. So I figured he would take it, and he did. And shout out to Ahmed, because he took it. He's like, okay, I'll play. You know, we've been playing all day. I was like, okay, cool. So I unzipped my jacket, and I had a Mario Kart shirt on. And this other dude's like, yo, he got a Mario Kart shirt on. And then I take off my jacket, because, you know, it's got to be serious. And he sees like my Nintendo tattoos on it. And this dude, Antonio, is freaking out. He's like, yo, he cooked me. Like, he was freaking out. And of course I kicked his ass. And so I saved on the $35 charge there. That was, honestly, that should have been a TikTok. I'll probably make that a TikTok. People were freaking out. It was awesome. Anyway, he did come in like a wrecking ball. Sorry for that large detour. Ben going in and saying that he has well, he didn't say that he disrupted it. I'm saying it. But he went in. Now he has somebody that's in charge of videos, and they are doing a very good job. Because again, I know this wasn't them, but 10 videos in 7 days, something that VeVe has never done. I'm very excited that they're doing. That's bananas. Then he has somebody else that's also going and saying, hey, going out to influencers and content creators saying like, hey, here's going to be what we're going to do. Here's your benefits package. If you do X, we'll give you Y. I don't know exactly what those conversations are about. I haven't been reached out to, which I feel like makes sense because if I'm already doing this, I feel like there might not be a reason to reach out. But again, the fact that they now have each thing prioritized and compartmentalized, where okay, you are in charge of this, you're in charge of that. It's like when there's an emergency. Okay, you put out the fire, you call 911, you collect ammo, you know. So that's what they're doing. So I'm super excited on Ben. Ben has been everywhere. And then the other thing that they did, I don't even think that. Yeah. So the View community update with Ben Rose and Mitch Mack, they were talking. They did this super quick. It was about the app and how some people are big mad. Now, granted, let's try to make like a pie chart here. The amount of people that have gone on and said, oh, not bad. Let's read some of the fairer reactions here. We have two that I want to read out. One is going to be from Potential Human, saying, a decade ago, I designed and deployed a globally integrated technical solution, marrying two technologies into a single experience that was the best in the world. I put my CIO into the CIO Hall of Fame with this project. Let me tell you, dear VeVe fam, how hard it is making something easy. Two parallel services existed to serve user and enterprise needs. Combining them was hard for us geeks and even harder for end users. Nobody was happy. I saw when the two could connect, doing so required more than a new API. We needed to change the order of operations. This meant breaking the entire tech stack down to its elemental bits and rebuilding how the process worked to maximize every technology to deliver a simple end user experience and identify where the limitations are and design around them. Nothing exists in a vacuum. The solution had to put user experience at the heart. Most used features, most complex processes, most requested features, most problematic processes, every tech consideration had to be weighed by its ability to address user needs. Geo-redundant server customers provided resilience. Server placement negotiated with data, ensured optimal data routing. Server configuration contributed processing, or up or down the tech stack as appropriate. Serial processing became parallel as well. The deployed solution was 25% faster than Uber, large company name redacted. It was 25% faster than what is expected. And our shared vendor brought me a back channel offer to an interview. A team of their engineers could not match potential solution. All of this back end re-architecture work was an interface change. The last piece, and the piece that drove all of the aforementioned changes, was the user interface. The problem we were solving was a perceived complex user process. The solution was moving the third step to the first step. 2 years of work and millions of dollars in infrastructure. I will repeat, 2 years, 2 años of work and millions of dollars in infrastructure. What did the effort yield? Roughly 10 less seconds of time to perform a task that was done hundreds of times daily. I repeat, 2 years of work and millions of dollars in infrastructure yielded 10 less seconds of time to perform a task that was done hundreds of times daily. Our biggest pain point became a background service everyone forgot about overnight. Workers loved it, management loved it, boring and unsexy nerd work wins again. What's the point of all this? It's an incredibly difficult and complex process to make things easy. It takes vision, which is a roadmap, expertise, design, and talent, deploying, to build quality experiences. Each step is a derivative of the last. Inefficiency passed between steps gets amplified. Application layer sits on top because it requires every layer under it. Poor design or operations at a lower level cannot be papered over at a higher level. Each layer is only as good as the one below it. And again, we had some not good tech for years. So the summary, if you can swim, you recognize when someone else cannot. Potential at this point has uninstalled VeVe and stepping away from the VeVe community, saying as he doesn't have anything good left to say, so it's best he says nothing at all. I'm not saying that if there's any one person's opinion that you want potentials, but he's a pretty good gauge. Like, this is kind of what he does, and he's done so in a pretty extraordinary way. Now, he's not the only tech person that we have over here. The other person is Jeremy Cormier. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And gone on and says, I would like to preface this thread by saying that I really love collecting and enjoy the heck out of VeVe official platform, but it seems they are in immediate need of some product strategy, help, assumption. Intent here is to give feedback overall. The grade is meh out of 10. Took some time to put together thoughts, not perfect nor complete, and is a singular perspective, saying, I would love to work with the team on some level if possible. They're interested. Please feel free to add comments to relevant sections. Background. VeVe Power user since July 2021. He has 36 sets, 197 collectibles, 109 comics, and has not withdrawn a penny. Professional background is product lifecycle, 10 plus years, UX and UX strategy, another 10 plus years, and product design and systems, 5 plus years. So he's helped lead product teams for a few app builds over the years, and it's not easy. As I'm not sure what stage VeVe is at with their roadmap, nor do I have any insight into what they prioritized ahead of raising capital and or building out their ultimate vision. Context helps when pushing a big app update and looking for feedback. We have a new update that's focused on fixing X. I'll be addressing other aspects in the near future. And ideally, one root post/thread, which is shared by VeVe team. The AR and showroom is great. You would say that the majority of the work and effort for this update went into this part of the app, and he's thrilled about it. Because for me, this is the aha of the product and how VeVe will eventually cross the chasm to mass adoption. So the biggest thing to him is this, and they did it extraordinarily well. If cycles were mostly spent here, it would have helped to let users know that this is where they focused a lot of the time. Love that it's been prioritized with its own CTA. However, after reviewing things, I made a recommendation on an alternative solution for placement. There's aesthetic grading. It's good. Overall, it feels more modern and clean and aligned with a fun and friendly brand, which again, that's what you want. You want the app to be fun. There are some basic accessibility issues being ignored, and also there are some basic color and contrast issues in certain areas. This is subjective to him, but it is his opinion. Saying color helps prioritize contrast, hierarchy, and feels that it could use some consideration and grooming. Anything outside that will likely lean into subjective feedback, which I would like to try and avoid. On his next thing, he made a thing saying, oh, this is what a Mario collectible could look like with the dark background. As I bring that up, he says, I would push to get the background of collectibles reverted back to the dark approach, as a contrast with backlit devices really messes up the overall presentation. Again, I agree with that 100%. He says, bottom nav is bad. Voiced many times that there needs to be a keen focus on user feedback. Specifically, power users should be defined through cohorts, desired outcomes, value metrics. The bottom nav or the main nav at this stage of a company's maturity should be close to perfect. Because where is the market? Where are the auctions? So why can't I access anything from the market for my collection? This is something that does get easier to use as you play with it. So just be advised of that. It is hey, what's up? Again, it does get easier to use as you play with it. So the more you use it, easier it becomes. I feel like I've said that multiple times now. He says, from what I've learned, this is a very common user journey. My collection, view collectibles, view listed collectibles for sale. Terminology, iconography, hierarchy, padding aren't great, and feels like there's a lack of understanding of the basic principles or design systems and basic UX, i.e. using a loop in the icon for discover and not being able to search on the main screen, which is confusing. Agreed. This bottom nav. Proposed solutions should be used relevant hierarchy, iconography, and terminology for the users that are familiar with feed versus community and optimal use of space. Push AR, CTA, outside nav, see Twitter for reference. So that's just what he's talking about over there. Yeah. Again, people that are new here and people that just downloaded the app, they're not going to know any difference because they've never seen anything but the new app. Does use one entry point for profile account as opposed to splitting it and making it confusing. Says most users are right-handed, so prioritize all CTAs from right to left for each. And again, I have this new phone where everything's on the left-hand side. And it says top nav is bad. Cluttered and confusing. Says for me, it shows a general lack of understanding what users should be doing first, second, third, etc. It's really simple in my opinion. Just put actions, features in relevant areas on the app. Ads should be moved to relevant sections. So apparently that's an easy fix, according to him. To search shouldn't be global. It should be specific to a section. See Top Shot for a great example of complex relevant search. Notification says it's not a great experience at the moment. That should also be an easy fix. Because the notifications, when you click them, let's say like so-and-so added a new post. It takes me to the feed. So it takes you right to the feed, but it doesn't take you to where that person had posted. Again, that should be an easy fix. Continued, he says, should deprioritize notifications until it's effective in satisfying a cure user need versus gimmicky engagement tactic. Profile menu is confusing with profile. Also on the bottom nav is a collector where I can quickly see MCP rank. So again, if you don't know where to do it, it's like, yeah, I clicked on my profile. Where is it? All you have to do is just go to the actual profile settings over on the top right, and then you see it right there. It comes up pretty automatically. And I am 4 days away from getting 4 days away from being level 67. Shout out to them. And then he goes on and says model display with MCP ranking, progress vault value, add my gems, etc. This might be a nice solution. Alternatively, remove everything and just display a hamburger menu and put everything associated with account in the profile. Again, seems pretty easy. Then there are endless amount of articles and examples of what to do and what to avoid. So many, in fact, that I'm not going to write anything else on this topic because it is a conversion killer. And he's talking about the loading spinners, where the time it takes is like 5 seconds, and you really don't want to do that. You want it to take, if it gets to 10 seconds, people just give up and X out of the app. I don't know how much Google, Amazon, and everyone else spent, but if the loading time takes 10 seconds or longer, average person just gives up, says, heck it, not doing it, not worth it. And 5 seconds is obviously far away from that, but it's close enough where hopefully they get it to be a little quicker. What is there, like 15,000 monthly active users right now, maybe a couple thousand users a day. What's it going to be like when you add a 0 to that? That does need to get a little bit more efficient. And obviously, we will add a 0 to that. They're going to do an insane amount of marketing. Jeremy Cormier says, overall, the much anticipated app update just fell short in areas I feel should be obvious at this point and a layup for the team to nail. It didn't capture all my thoughts or bugs in hopes that keeping it high level will get more views. Said that AR update is very nice. And he said that is what is going to get VeVe to the masses, or across that chasm to the masses. Again, those are just some opinions that were given over, I think, I don't know, they were given like 24 hours, over 24 hours ago. So I'm glad that they did that, and they've taken that feedback as well. The one thing that I like and don't like, Ben had said, hey, you can post on X about it, you can post in this tab, you can post on Discord, whatever it is. And I feel like on the app, submitting tickets would probably be better. One, it's all in one place, but I get like not everyone's. It's easier to post on X. It's easier than posting a ticket. Or it's easier to post on X than it is on the app. I understand that. But people, like the new people that go and see that, are like, oh, it's a lot of problems. Maybe we should stay away from that. Now, granted, the high-minded ones will be like, okay, well, there's a lot of people, like they wouldn't be complaining if they didn't care, and clearly they're updating stuff, and clearly they're working, and okay, like what is this? So the high-minded ones will be curious. That'll get them in further. They'll find the positivity, but some newer people will be like, oh, this looks like a mess. And Discord, I do not like, but again, I like that you have the opportunity to go and put your suggestions and complaints kind of everywhere, because this way they do get it, because not everybody has X, not everybody has Telegram, not everyone has Discord. I hate Discord. I hate using that, but if somebody has it, they can go and do it. So that's fine. Anyway, it's been 33 minutes already. All right, we've got a ton to go over here. When was the last time? What was yesterday? Because I did not make a video yesterday. I made the video on Sunday. There is Definity stuff. Mr. MC1 says, I like the page with each vertical of collecting clearly demarcated by a different color. Also love the new showrooms and AR functionality that is so much easier to use and next level. The app looks cleaner in look and feel, however. Some functionality specifically that caters to Pyrebowers and special mint collectors needs to be brought back in, I would say immediately, but he says needs to be brought back in. There's also the in-app communication and messages needs to be fixed. Looking forward to seeing this new app with all the fixes and updates. Will be great win once the fixes are in place. Again, I feel like people are also mostly focusing on the negative, which I understand that negativity bias. That's what they're going to remember. But I'll say it again. Each and every new Tesla full self-driving update is immediately worse than the previous. It's like, well, why do people keep updating then? Because it takes time. Of course, immediately it's worse. There's bugs to be fixed. There's, whatever. But then after the driving system gets better, and it takes a couple of weeks, it is infinitely better than the previous version. So again, it just takes a little while for that to happen. Do I think a couple of weeks and all these bugs are gone? No. Do I think in the next 3 to 6 months, most of these bugs are gone and the app is just supreme? Absolutely. This is not something that I think is going to happen overnight. But as it goes up, okay, this bug is fixed. This is nice. As they do that, and hopefully, again, they've been working on this for a long time, so hopefully the fixes should be a little bit easier than they have been in the past. Keep you all posted. Oh shoot, phone's off here. VeVe official even comes out and says, our new mobile app is officially launched, is now set up and built to provide user-led updates and innovations for the future. Community is experiencing the benefits and features of the new design and layout, and feedback is very positive on the look, feel, and overall appearance. We are aware that some users have experienced unexpected bugs and challenges on day one, as well as provided amazing feedback on desired improvements. Please remember that change is always hard on our team and is 100% dedicated to focus and addressing these challenges. Please stay tuned for our updates. And that's the other thing. He got Mitch literally less than 24 hours later saying, hey, why do we do this? What's going on? And he sent it out to all of us. That is awesome. Addressing those concerns head on, and then having the person whom is responsible for these to be on there to face everyone is brilliant. Because again, if I'm working for VeVe and I say, okay, I'm going to do something and people don't like it, I know that Ben is going to bring me out there. I'll be like, why did you do this? And I'll be like, So this is really good. Ben has been my man, my heckin' bay. Can't send it. Oh my God, people are wild here. People in crypto are insane. Oh, I got an ad for crypto.com. It says crypto meme coins are making waves. By the way, show me all your meme coins, because I was looking before on like the best one or one that could be potential ripe for disruption. And I'll be like, all right, what if I take a big position in this? What if I do that? The one that I found, oh, damn, it's already up. It's already up. Is Trump's giving? And I was like, you know what? It was down like 70%. Now it's only down like 32%. It's literally, how old is this? It's literally a day old. It's less than 2 days old. It's got a $78,000 market cap, but it's got $365,000 in volume the last 24 hours, 26K in liquidity, only 890 holders. That was 914. So it does seem like people are exiting out of that. But I was just like, there's got to be something that, like, I just looking for all these meme coins. I was like, that could be really cool. So show me whichever ones you want, and I will go in and I will take a look at them. Digital asset investment products saw the largest weekly inflows. Oh my God, chest. On record, totaling 3.13 billion, bringing in the total year-to-date inflows to a record 37 billion. MicroStrategy acquired another 55,000 Bitcoin for $5.4 billion at $97,862 per Bitcoin. That hasn't really helped the price, because we are down. We're down to 91.7 over on Bitcoin. Can it go below 90? Can it go to 89? We're not actually. It had gotten to. It had gotten down to 90,000. It had gotten down to below 91,000 a couple of times. So yeah, this is buying at 97,000 again. 55 buying 5.4 billion worth at 97,000. Then it goes down 90. Not fun. But I believe they currently hold 386,700 Bitcoin for an average price of 56,761. So they're chilling. They are fine. I have 150,000 views over on this Snapchat. I wish I could monetize that. Anyone knows how to monetize? Let me know. VeVe Meister goes on and says, obviously there's plenty of people that can complain about it if it comes to just released VeVe version 2 native app. Performance is suboptimal. That's one of the bigger issues that has to be worked on. But I, for one, am celebrating the Omi integration. The linking between apps works. Well done. And he did this by going over and looking at the Ultraman that is listed for Omi. Again, you can see the Stacker stuff over on the VeVe app, which is amazing. And Bill Gardner, or not Bill Gardner, Dr. Profit goes out and says, but they said there will never be Omi utility on the app until now. We love that. Can't wait till Stacker is rolled out. Yesterday, Deadpool's first ever story page, first page appearance, has sold on Heritage Auction for $960,000. Buried in a private collection since the 90s, the iconic pages showcases the Merc with the Mouth debut in New Mutants 98, brilliantly crafted by Rob Liefeld, a true piece of comic history. That is insane. $960,000. Also for Definity, they posted about Kima's Telegram. Kima's exchange listings were announced. KuCoin, Gate.io, MEXC, and Bitmart. Definity themselves are on MEXC. Will they get on the other ones? I assume that they will. Midcard. Oh, dude, Earth 2 announced Horde combat mechanics. They can dive into the latest updates for Earth 2 Horde combat mechanics. In the video and article, we showcase work in progress, combat mechanics, including AI improvements, updated katana VFX, and dynamic enemy behaviors. It's important to note that everything shown in the video is a work in progress and not a polished final product. We're sharing the updates to give the community a glimpse into the updates that our team has by focusing on as we continue developing combat features inside Earth 2 version 1. The videos, again, I feel like VeVe is slowly sharing videos of VeVeverse, which is great. Well, I shouldn't say VeVeverse. They're showing off VeVeverse homerooms. We don't know what VeVe City is going to look like. We don't know what the IP branded worlds are going to look like. We don't know what other stuff we can find outside of our walls, outside of our new showrooms. So that's the kind of thing, and I get it, beggars can't be choosers. I'm very happy that they're showing any type of VeVeverse at all. And once it rolls out, maybe after a few weeks, they said early Q1 that's rolling out. They said like January. I hope it does. But maybe a couple weeks after that, they can say like, now, get ready for the next development of VeVeverse. And they show like an IP branded world. Whatever those are, it would just be bananas. Oh, can't go over that. What was wrong with yours? It was just 5 years old. Was time for a new one. Yeah, nothing was necessarily wrong with my phone. It would like freeze. It wouldn't freeze up. It would just restart every now and then. It's like I just needed a new one. The battery life wouldn't last as long. Also, Base is now live on Phantom, enabling token swaps between Base and Solana and easy Ethereum USDC purchases. So that is really nice, especially for Omi. So shout out, because again, Omi's on Base. Shout out to them. This is looking nice. Benjamin Frank Witt from VeVe on Facebook is saying, this community is at the same time the most loyal, most ungrateful community I know. He says, we stay with VeVe even though the expectations were high and the last couple of years have been not good. But at the same time, we criticize everything new happening. The update looks and feels much cooler than the original. It may take some time to get used to, but it will definitely be a plus when new users log in for the first time. Read 100%. Because every new app has problems to begin with, but they needed to change the user interface to look more like a 2024 app as opposed to a 2014 app. Let's give them credit for trying to modernize the look and the feel. Agreed with that as well. Nanzoki, who has a picture of a nounish thing over as his profile, says, VeVe launched the new app right after we knew about it. They learned from before and did it the right way, in my opinion. Fast. Is it perfect? No. But instead of complaining, let's help them improve it with our feedback. Don't be rude, fam. We're on the same boat. Saying if Microsoft waited to be perfect, they would not exist today. Windows 10 is not perfect. But if we compare it to the first launch, it has improved over time and will continue to improve. From my side, I'm working on sending my feedback to the VeVe team. Great work, Mr. Ben Rose. Again, a lot of people are pretty happy. Deadpool's first ever story. All right, I did that at Base. This is the pictures I was taking. Can't go over that. From that, now making thought. Oh no. Sorry, guys. Um, let's see. On this day, 8 years ago, I was in Portugal visiting Dr. Profit. No, I didn't know who it was then. Oh, McDonald's 2024 Happy Meal Pokemon TV promotion themed after Year of the Dragon will include Charizard and Umbreon. I don't know why they are not dragons. Obviously, Dragonite is that. You'd have Dratini. You can go over and you can have Dragonair. Trying to think of other dragon type Pokemon. Axew. You could there's a ton. There's a ton of dragon Pokemon they can have. I don't think Charizard and Umbreon should be on there. Not exactly dragons. I think now even like Executor is part dragon. I think the Alolan version of Executor. Heckin' wild. hmm 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 Rumble is going to allocate a portion of excess cash reserves to Bitcoin, probably about 1%, I think. They're worth about 2 billion, and they're putting about 20 million towards it. So again, all roads going to Bitcoin. Some will eventually trickle down to Omi. Maybe collab numbers and okay. Digital. The new penny blacks have been gifted finally to the people that have it. The physical penny blacks have been gifted to the people that have that secret rare. Shout out to them. China edition. Oh, all right, can't go over that. Mitch Max, thank you for all the feedback. That's just the thumbnail. You guys have seen that. Main user base. Yeah, Discord should not be the main user base for anything. Can't go over that. Fuecoco. Is Fuecoco a dragon? I feel like Fuecoco is a dragon. He's like a fire dragon. I don't know what his final evolve is, but we'll see. Me as Deadpool like 12 years ago. That was fun. Me and my friend towering over our friend Alyssa. Stopper number 4. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where the Omar saying thank you, David Yu, VeVe official, Stanley Gibbons, to make this amazing digital drop. I just got mines, and it's number 2. Sotheby's, this was amazing. Shout out to them for that. I guess this is something else that I should probably talk about here. Where's the last? Sort of good. Rumors confirmed. No. VeVe collectibles trigger. Onatad. Marco Antonio Brito had gone on and said, picture 1, downtrend of Omi. Picture 2, the uptrend of ETH, where this kind of looks like the entire thing of Omi looks like the first part of Ethereum. And it's saying this is what they teach us in economy and finance classes. It's just not its turn yet. And I do want to go and I got to see where this particular one is. A buddy of mine says that people are going to wake up one day and realize that Omi is taking off without them, and to each their own. He says he's been saying it for a while, that whatever happens with the immediate term with Omi will be largely irrelevant. And he sees this as one of the biggest opportunities of a token where down the line, people will look back and think, of course, this was going to do extremely well. How did I not see it? People are too caught up in the here and now, ignoring what's being built and not realizing there is so much behind the scenes yet to be revealed. I want to go in and talk about seen people. Who made this? This is from Upskill Your Life. And Upskill Your Life posted a video not too long ago. I think it was earlier this morning. So I have to go back X amount of hours, unless I don't, in which case I might not be able to see it here. Before I go and try to view this video so I could either play it for you or read it, I'm going to go and read a quote. This is from Churchill by himself saying, "This is the lesson. Never give in. Never give in nothing great or small, large or petty. Never give in except to convictions of honor and good sense. Never yield to force. Never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy." Enemy, I think, is being futters. And I saw this on a Facebook post the other day where it was like a guy and a girl, and there was a big age gap, all legal, obviously. And it seemed like only the ugly people were complaining. And I've seen it in life. I've seen it in finance. I very rarely see beautiful people complain about the relationships of ugly people. It's always the opposite way around. And in that same breath, I almost never see successful people try to shit on things that they just haven't yet. I've never had a super successful person really talk down to me. It's always been the unsuccessful fudders. It's always been the people with no money that are trying to talk shit on something when they haven't done something great themselves. So am I going on and saying that Omi is guaranteed to do a 200x? No. Do I think it will? Yes. So again, obviously it's not financial advice, not this financial advisor. And I can't find this freaking video, and I don't know why. I don't know that maybe they sent it to me on. Oh, yes, it is. It was sent here. Or maybe it wasn't. I can't find it. Well, rip and pasta. Let's go to the questions, shall we? Omar saying good evening. Benjamin, thank you so much. Or Ben G Main, thank you so much for being a member. Saying good morning. Good evening, Omar, and good morning, Ben, because I know it's morning over there for y'all. Ethan Mascarena says, Randy, is Illuvium really the most beautiful game in the crypto space currently? Before I read the rest of your question, it is one of the most, Earth 2, Illuvium, they're really cool. And they're really good looking. They're really beautiful to look at. So you can end up saying, why are so many people bullish on it all of a sudden? Would love to hear your thoughts on this. It's a AAA game. So it's something that is not like a turn-based thing. Well, I guess it is, but it's not like it doesn't have PS2 graphics. It doesn't have side-scroller graphics. It is a beautifully looking game, and the engines on it are incredible. And also, you take a look at, let's say, the last 7 days of it. Yeah, I mean, it had hit I feel like the last like month of it, I think it had hit a low of like $30. Now it's up to 50. And again, it's like, okay, all right, well, where could it go to 100? Could it go to 200? Dude, just look at the max chart. It was at like $1,600. Now, granted, that was when you had a lot less tokens out there. There was a lot of vesting that took place. There was a lot of unlocks that took place. And there's still a bit of unlocks. Like the total supply is 9.5 million. The circulating supply is 7.1 million. So there are still unlocks to happen. But and again, I'm not saying it gets back to all-time highs of 1,600, but could this do a 10x to 500? Absolutely. Absolutely. Could it go to 1,000? Sure. Where could it go? If it goes past where it did, again, there's not a ton of AAA Web3 games. Name others, because I can't think of any. So that's why I think people think that, again, over the last month, where it reached that bottom of 30, it bottomed out there, having a nice uptick. And they also have had a bunch of announcements saying, okay, if you play X amount of time, you guys can pool your points together. If you reach a certain amount of points, you'll unlock other monsters. So there's incentive for people to play. There's incentive for people to burn and all that jazz. So I really like it. I have a bit of it. I don't have an insane amount, but I have a bit, so I'm pretty happy. The Masquerade says, what's your price prediction for Illuvium at the insane peak blow off top? It could be a 20x from here is 1,000. And a 20x from here market cap is 10 billion. And honestly, this could go higher than 10 billion. Yeah, a 20x from here is 10 billion. It could do 30. So I mean 30 billion. So we could do a 60x from here, which would be like 3,000. And again, does it for sure get there? What are the odds of getting there? It definitely doesn't for sure get there. The odds of getting to $30 billion are probably pretty low. But not so low like, oh, it's like 1 or 2. I would say like a 5, under a 10% chance, but definitely I think above 5% chance that it has getting there. Let's say like 7 or 9% chance that it does that. It's just bananas. Again, 10x from here is just $5 billion, and that's pretty mild. I think one of the only Web3 games that has a history, that survived the bear market, and it has a core group of people. Do they have a ton of people making content all the time? No, they do not. But can that change on a dime? Absolutely. I don't know how much run rate they have left. I don't know how much, and could they raise more money? I'm sure they could. Let's say they have 6 months left before they need to raise money again. They raise money now, and then one of the best times to raise money is when you don't need it. So now I feel like, yeah, probably good. Bill Gardner says fourth. Yo, what up, Bill Gardner? How's it going, fam? Oh, my Mr. MC1 says hi, all. Meow, meow. Shout out to the 330 people that are here. I love you all. Mr. MC1 says, I missed most of the day's news, so looking forward to the space. Oh, honestly, I didn't even get to go over the rest of the day's news. I did. I went through a bit of it, but I still have so much stuff to go over that I just didn't get to today. Because I was already talking for like 50 minutes. I'll get to it tomorrow. Yeah, I could bring a lot of it up tomorrow on the Omi as my homie stream. I might be in a different location tomorrow. There's just a lot of stuff that's going on. Obviously, you have the holidays as well, so I got to be places for Thanksgiving and stuff. Where was I? Chosen. Thank you so much for the super chat thing. All these fees from VeVe and licensors and cashing out, the capital gains taxes are upon cash out. Again, it's going to be contingent on what country you're in, what state you're in, if you're in the US, and etc. But I appreciate the super chat. VeVe says, hi, question. I know that you have a big bag of Omi. Did you bridge everything to Base, or do you keep the major part as Omi/ETH on Trust or Ledger? Most of my Omi is not on Base. I am waiting for that one-click bridge, and then I'll do it. Honestly, I don't even know how to access my Omi on the VeVe app because they changed it. And I have like 20-something million Omi on there, and it's not showing where. I assume it's on Stacker, in which case I'll bridge that over real quick. And then, yeah, I have like the other 170 million on different trust wallets. I might even have some on Tangem, I think. I haven't checked in a while. I just haven't bought Omi in a while. Do you keep the major? Yeah, I keep all of it on ETH for right now, but it's a quick. It'll be a quick bridge when you have one Stacker rolls that out. Zafacer says, yo, what up, Zafacer? How's it going, fam? I love you. Mod Shatter is Omi to NFT. Yes, we pretty much have it. We have it already with certain collectibles, but the licenses that we have it on, they're VeVe licenses, they're Ecomi licenses, they're Tokidoki, which is really cool. That's actually a big one. But there's just not a ton. Like you can't buy and sell like a Spider-Man or a Todd Batman yet. Will you be able to? Probably. So, Chowder, that's strange. You have the same last name, and not Ahmed. Manu just messaged. Anyway, somebody says, "Hey, with current," and this is for what's it called, Definity. Says, "Hey, Manu, with current trend of large corporations buying Bitcoin onto their treasury, how do you envision that would happen? Would they get exposure via ETFs or spot buy and hold with custodians? Is there any way Definity is involved in this process?" And Manu says, like, well, it's already happening with a few corporations that we're speaking to, but the real driver is the accounting treatment. GAAP generally leads to less volatility in earnings for companies holding digital assets such as Bitcoin and Ethereum compared to IFRs. Again, just another reason why the US continues to dominate. Gotta love that. Team says, here to give thumbs up to Randy. Oh, why thank you, Matt. Why thank you, Potential. We were just talking about you. All good things. Baby says, I think Pokemon is not necessary. Good Omi utility, like assets with Omi on the VeVeverse, a big IP like Dragon Ball Z, and good marketing strategy and the right time would be enough. I agree. Everything that they're doing right. I don't know why I made you like Luigi from Mario, but I did, and that is your voice. I feel like freaking Johnny Lawrence saying like, all right, crater face, all right, bitch tits, all right, like I feel like him. Not that Luigi is anything to be snarked at. Luigi, pretty awesome. Anyway, I agree. All of the stuff that I mentioned before, very, very positive on the Ecomi roadmap, the Stacker roadmap. It all seems like it could take, even without that, once that narrative hits, it's going to go bananas. But with that, obviously, I think it hits higher. But again, I don't want to say that Pokemon is necessary. It is not for us to go moon, but Pokemon by themselves is worth at least half of what we're doing. just because that'll bring eyes on it. Benji Main saying, first snow in Seoul. Festive season is here. Oh, well, first snow of the season. Good for you. I do not like the snow. I do not like the cold. Maybe I want to move soon. Ben, here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Randy, in your opinion, what do you think Pokemon would do to the only price that was ever announced? Oh my, like a doubling overnight, if not tripling. If that was ever announced, so I'm just trying to see, even with David teasing Dragon Ball Z before. I don't know if that translates to only, because again, like Dragon Ball Z is one of the biggest animes of all time. It is in most people's top 5 of most influential anime. Most anime that exists today exist because of Dragon Ball Z. And even that, I don't know if that does anything. If David's tease is actually a tease, and they do announce that next year sometime, I don't know if what that does to Omi. I mean, first appearance of Goku. Let's go over the top 5 characters: Piccolo, Vegeta, Goku, Teen Gohan, Baby Gohan's a kind of a bitch. But just the Saiyans, future Trunks. Oh my god, that would be incredible. And Piccolo, obviously, Super Namek. And then you have Nail, you have Kami. Dude, Popo. People that things will do with Popo. The first appearance of all of these characters are incredible. Especially you get Frieza. Oh my god, the showrooms. Goku is like one of the most, like the second most powerful person in all of fiction. I don't mean like, oh, second most powerful person in Dragon Ball Z. No, all of fiction. The only one that could ever potentially beat Goku would be Superman. And that's just because of like plot armor. Like Goku's as strong as he needs to be and can hum over any obstacle, but Superman just has like god powers. Like it's more than god. It's insane. So Goku being that most powerful person, the second most powerful person in all of fiction, is insane. And what would that do to the Omi price if just Dragon Ball Z was announced? I don't know. Maybe that does a 50% uptick, or maybe it dealt maybe right back down. But you have to. I was telling a friend up there. I was like, "Hey, it looks like David's teasing like Dragon Ball Z in this video." I was like, "It's Dragon Ball Z." Okay, so clearly not as it's big in anime. It's big. Anyone that knows anime knows Dragon Ball Z, but not everybody knows anime. Everyone's heard of Pokemon. So Dragon Ball Z, if we were to get something like that, like Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, again, Dragon Ball Z, or like One Piece, these are like top tier stuff. That might not do much, but Pokemon is just another level. Pokemon is just a whole separate beast. It's like, oh, hey, I've been, you could just go and say like, oh, you know what? Well, I caught this, I caught this Pidgey, I caught this Weedle, I caught this Nidoran, and then suddenly some dude comes to you with like a Nidoking and just earthquakes all your Pokemon. You get wrecked. Like the rest of these anime, even though they're the best in the world, are like first level stage 1 Pokemon, and Pokemon is like that fully evolved, fully EV trained, maxed out Pokemon that just wipes the floor with everything. They announced Pokemon doubles overnight. I wouldn't sell. God, I would sell stuff. I would sell Dashi for $20,000, and I'd put it all into Omi. I'd be like, yo, you want to? God, that'd be nuts. Yeah. Orange Bag Lady says, "What up, fam?" Dude, I don't know what does. If they were to announce Pokemon, it'd be insane. We may never get it, but bro, all right, guys, what up, family? Ben be switching shoes up. I know, OBL. I know. OBL, I miss you. I haven't, and we haven't talked in a while. We don't talk anymore. Omar is saying, another great stream with Randy. Oh, why, thank you, Omar. I put on some pretty good streams, I feel like. And again, shout out to the 350 people that are here. Final Vampire says, it came in like a wrecking ball. It never felt so hard enough. Thank you for the super chat. Marcel Rand says, howdy from the ranch. Still hodling, my man. Same here, same here. Elon Musk posted something today, be like, if you would have purchased $5,000 worth of like Microsoft stock, Apple stock, 30 years ago, whatever, you'd be a millionaire. Nvidia 12 years ago, you'd be a millionaire. Bitcoin, like 9 years ago, you'd be a millionaire. And I posted, like, you put $5,000 into Omi right now, there's a chance to become a millionaire next year. Well, Chavez is 200x. I think Omi can get up to 6.5 cents. Just my opinion. That's what saying. Ben Robinson, if Pokemon and VeVe would collab, instant $10 billion market cap. Dude, that's the gift that keeps on giving. If you go and you say, hey, you know what? We have it. You know that like meme or that question, like, what movie do you wish you could watch for the first time? Some people are like Shawshank Redemption, Stranger Things, like Avatar, like things that you wish you could watch again for the first time. Harry Potter. You'll be able to see everyone's reactions. Be like, oh wait, we have Like I remember a few years ago, for whatever reason, I didn't know that Paramount had all like the Nickelodeon shows. I was like, oh, there's a Disney Plus, there's this. And I was like, I'm waiting for like a Nickelodeon Plus. Like, bro, it's on Paramount. What? All the Nickelodeon shows are on Paramount? I immediately got Paramount literally 6 minutes later. That's going to be people's reactions. If we were to ever say that we have Pokemon, they would be like, wait, they have Pokemon? Like the best license in the world? And people will be like, oh my God, I got to invest everything. And they will. So yeah, I'm not going to say we reached 10 billion right away, but $10 billion market cap, obviously, what would that be? A 3-cent Omi. It's fine. That's fine. Oh yeah, my buddy. It's fine. What Mama's saying, epic. I know. So they're saying, okay, maybe not 10 billion, make it a top 20 slightly, but yeah, I'd say we get to several hundred million pretty easily if we were to ever announce Pokemon. I wonder if they like know that. I wonder if they understand what Pokemon would do to the token. And again, once you find the token, most people that were in here came into VeVe because of the token. So that would just be a nice self-fulfilling, obviously. Announce Pokemon, people get into the token, they find VeVe. Well, I was like pulling out Nintendo's glove. You showed him who's a cart boss, bro. It was like one of my greatest achievements. Shows what I've done lately. That was good. That was fun. But yeah, I got a new phone. It was great, dude. Look at the cameras on this thing, bro. You know, like the selfies I could take. I guess you don't take a selfie like that anymore. You used to back in the day. Back in the day, you used to do a lot of things. Anyway, Ben Rollins says, Vaser, wow, if that was to happen, that would be insane, dude. If they announced, it'd go nuts. Again, if they ever announce Pokemon, 24-hour stream. I do a 24-hour stream. Leo says, I think that David is in talks with DBZ. Why? Because he said it in interviews that it's really difficult to get the license of big IP, and mentioned DBZ as an example as an IP with many companies behind it. Yeah, it's Kira Toriyama, it's Funimation, it's Toei Animation. That's a lot of big anime. They're all like, it's insane. So yeah, it's hard. But yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Zvej says, it won't. It's good to be true. 1 billion is still a 10x from here. Yeah. That goes. That's going to be pretty easy to do if they ever. I think that'll be easy to do in general. I can't wait for it to happen, but yeah, 1 billion is realistic. Pokemon, not so sure. I mean, if Pokemon ever goes on the blockchain, which of course they eventually will, VeVe's like their only choice. Like they could try to do it themselves, and they could cost a blue bloody fortune, and it might not even work. But they could try it themselves. But the only logical choice is to go with VeVe. Sendon says, "Yay, Randy's here. Good evening, Randy. Good evening, Sendon. Gotta sleep, but keep fighting. By the way, go with the trims. Go. The trimmers. What trims? What trims, girl? Well, let me know. Ben Robbins says, nice to dream. It is nice to dream. It's Randy, I wear my hat number 451. Mint, gold, and silver daily, but I do not get why people keep the sticker on top of the their hat. That's just more of a. I think that's an American thing. American thing is to never like fold it either. The American thing is like I always hated that. I always like my hats, folded. But people like to wear it all like gangster like, and I hate that. Oh, excuse me. Lightning Fire says, can OMI be dumped and a new token created, and all holders get airdropped the new token? It'd be the same thing. I don't know why you'd want that big and unnecessarily complicated. I don't know why you would do that. Yeah, there'd be like no reason to. The only reason I could see like doing that is if you have like, how stocks have like a stock split, and let's say you have 1 share of Tesla, now you have 10 shares of Tesla. A lot of times companies can do a reverse split where, oh, you have 10 shares of Tesla, now you have 1 share of Tesla. And the reverse split, okay, well, why would you do that? It's just because your 10 shares of Tesla at $100 a piece is now 1 share of Tesla at 1,000 a piece. It's the same thing. And then maybe it could be seen as doing like, okay, well, having 100 million OMI would be insane if they were to do like a 10-to-1 split, a reverse split, I should say. So that would be like the only reason that I could see them doing that. But that would be such a pain in the balls for like people that have it in multiple different places. Like there's 4 different. There's base OMI, there's ETH OMI, there's GoChain OMI, there's OMI on freaking Solana from like Epico. It's insane. And then there's the layer 2. Like you don't want to do that. It would be such a pain in the balls. Maybe once everyone's on base, then maybe you could do something like that. But I don't see the reason to do that. It's really complicated. The only reason I would see to do that to be some type of like reverse split and be like, okay, you have 100 million OMI, now you have 10 million OMI. Like, okay, OMI millionaire actually means something again. Fun on the Suns. I really like the new selling feature on the new app. Really? Okay. Fun on the Suns very positive about it. We'll take it. NumPy guy says, hey, Mr. Chavez, knowing what you know about OMI and VeVe, what kind of price do you think OMI will hit this bull run? Thank you. I mean, you have to take a look at. We'll do bear and bull case scenario. Bear case is that Ben has been doing a great job on marketing, but maybe it's the app. The app wouldn't really matter that much. A bear case scenario would be in 6 months, Ben says, guys, I've tried, I've done my very best, and I've done this before in other markets and it's worked. This is my first failure. I'm sorry, I don't want to continue to fail. I'm leaving. Even though the trajectory in which I think the company and the token is going to be positive, it's possible that, dead cat bounce short term and then everything goes kaput. So in a complete bear scenario where Ben tries things and it just doesn't work, and the affiliate marketing program fails and all this stuff fails, which I don't see how, but let's say it does, bad case scenario right now, right? Bear. That narrative takes off. I think we can still do a 10x. If not like a 15x gets us to what, like 0.005. But even at a 10x from here, I would say, like that. But in a bull case scenario, like I think 200x is pretty reasonable. And if we go to that banana zone again, all right, so $1 would be 300 billion. That's never happening. But 10 cents at 30 billion, I really do believe that is possible. And not in like it's a fool's hope. Like I think like a good 10 to 20% chance it gets there. And then when it goes there, could it go to 100 billion? It should not. I'll put it this way. Ecomi should not be at $50 billion market cap, which would be, what would I say, 10 cents to 30 billion. It should not be at 50 billion, but it might, because that's what happens with crypto. Things go crazy. So those are my kind of two things. Could it bull case, get to 12, 15 cents, could go higher. Again, $100 billion market cap is 30 cents. And should it get there? Absolutely not. Does it have the possibility to get there? I guess 2% chance. I don't think it goes. I don't think it goes there. But again, it's just so bananas. It's stupid undervalued. And again, the bear case, I think maybe like a 10x from here, and we never escape the double zeros. We don't go all the time. So those are the really two scenarios. Now, what's like the most likely scenario? I would say, I'd say 3 cents is pretty likely. I would be disappointed if it just hit that, but that's still 100x from here. So yeah. Boston Brad 617 says, did people have their collections forfeited for not logging in for 6 months? I don't believe so. I think there are certain bot accounts. Oh, 369, damn, she fine. Sorry, there's 369 people there. I think there are certain bot accounts that might have. Oh, Erica. There are certain bot accounts that might have had something like that, where they were bot accounts and they enforced that idea where they weren't they weren't active for X amount of months, and they say, oh, because you weren't active, now we can, it goes back to us, or it gets deleted, it gets burned, whatever. But again, those are just for bot accounts. For actual people, I don't think there's anyone that had their collection forfeited. But if you know anyone, let me know. Anybody says, how do you not have a big bag of fart coin? Dude, I love fart coin, but I don't have the CEO kind of like, the creator kind of like walked away. It's up 13% today. As actually doing really well. I gotta message her. I would be like, hey, have you seen what Fartcoin's done the last like, oh wait. This is not the same Fartcoin as I knew. It's up 1,000%. It's already the last month. It's already a $350 million market cap. I can't buy it now. It's too high. For me, it's too high. But yeah, this is a different Fartcoin that I had known previously. Mo collection thing. Yo, what up, Mo? How's it going, fam? Meow, 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 meow. Bill Garner says, shout out, Bill Garner. Sleeping Comics says, yo, what up, Sleeping? Hello, bae. I love you. I love you, Sleeping. Near1 R says, hello, or hello, baby. Hello, my baby. Sorry, buddy of mine texting me stuff. 19 planets and rhinestones via. Oh, this is cool. This is really cool. Putting that cosplay talent to work. There you go. Chavez says, does Definity have anything to do with Devi? It does not. They're two separate companies. They think alike. They're really undervalued, both of them. I think. Actually, let's go over Devi here real quick. Devi up 4% on the day. Number 1185. It's got a $34 million market cap, $250,000 in volume. I really like it. You can get it on Gate.io, MEXC, LA Token, Hybit, and Uniswap. So Devi, I do really like. I think that'll. Oh God, dude, 8 million transactions per second is freaking ridiculous. And yeah, I love it. Jason Payne says Majin Buu, dude. First appearance Majin Buu would be awesome. And you could do Kid Buu, you could do Fat Buu, you could do the Skinny Buu, you could do the Jack Buu. First appearance Majin Buu would be amazing. The showrooms would be ridiculous. Surfer beat ZG. I don't know what that means. So I'm going to take offense. Remember, there's a version of Goku trained by a priest. There's a couple versions of Goku. Black Goku. Surfer beats Goku. You got to remind me, Surfer, because let me know. Diz Pena 2000. Thank you so much for being a member. First appearance, Ash. Dude, Ash Ketchum, my boy. If we're doing first appearances, every single Pokemon first appearance. Every single one is a first appearance. And obviously, you're going to have multiple Pikachu. You're probably going to have multiple Meow. You have multiple versions of the starters. Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander. Probably multiple EVs too, because Eevee's going to be able to evolve into like 8 different things. And then, baby Pokemon. Then obviously, if they want to do the 150, dude, the amount of content that they could do with Pokemon, they wouldn't need anything else. just the 151 Pokemon that you start with. Just the different variations of Pikachu. My God, man. And then they could do magazines, Nintendo. Dude, if they get Nintendo, oh my God. If they get them, if they get Pokemon, if they get Nintendo, yeah, 30 billion. They get to 10 cents. They announced Pokemon, we get to 10 cents. I don't want to say easily because that's a $30 billion market cap, but dude, it's Pokemon. 10 cents. Calling it right now. Omar saying Goku hit new levels in manga as well as Vegeta. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. The first appearances of, and that's just 151 just of the Pokemon, and that's just first appearances, not including multiple first appearances or multiple iterations of them. And then, yeah, you just starting in Pallet Town, you have Ash, you have Delia, and you have Professor Oak. And then you could even have Tracy, because Tracy has worked with Professor Oak as well. You could have the other professors come in, like Professor Ivy isn't a professor that you get Pokemon from, but Professor Ivy made her way, like she's in the first season, she's in the second movie, and then you might even have an Officer Jenny. And then once you go in off of Route 1, Route 2, you get past there, and then you have Gary and his sister. You could have Green. You could obviously, like I said, Ash. Once you go on to Viridian City, maybe you don't get Giovanni right away. Maybe in Viridian City you just get Nurse Joy and then you get Officer Jenny. Get a couple of Pokemon, but then you make your way through Viridian Forest. Maybe you can spot a Mew. Mew can be teased because that, then you have the Child of Viridian. You could run into Yellow as well. Then obviously you could have Lance. Lance is, I know, Elite Four, but he's a Child of Viridian, so it would make sense that he could at least be teased in there. And then once you make it through Viridian Forest, you would have Pewter City. One, you could have like the Moonstone. Moonstone, I know, is found in Mount Moon, but it is at least part of the museum there. There's a space shuttle that's part of there. There's Amber, not the Amber like the element fossil thing, not the lady. But then obviously you have Brock. Brock over there with his Geodude, his Onyx, and then, dude, the amount of fights, the fight scenes in the Pokemon manga were absolutely ridiculous, especially in Pewter City, where Brock's take Graveler, grab Geodude, seismic toss, and he yeets him up into the air, and he says, Geodude, harden. And they harden like a freaking missile pounding on Team Rocket. It was the craziest. Oh my God, if that ever turns into a movie or anime, I will lose my goddamn mind. Yeah, I realize that I can talk about this 24/7. This is why there'll be a 24-hour stream if we ever get Pokemon. We're not even at Mount Moon, baby. Omar Sages says Goku hit new levels in manga. First appearance Misty. Oh, first appearance Blaine. Oh God, Blaine's Charizard, Blaine's Arcanine, Blaine's Rapidash. Oh. Flying Nimbus would be dope as well. First appearance Jesse and James and Meowth and Ekans and Coughing. Then you have obviously Weezing and Arbok, which evolved from them. Meowth never evolved, but you could get a separate Meowth, evolve into a Persian. I'm not going to push Meowth around. There could be a special thing where Meowth talk. You could have normal Meowth and Meowth talking. Team Rocket's Meowth. Oh, Meowthy from the show. Ray Chatelain says, let's work on Omi listings first. Maybe one day. I am Groove. Says Mario versus dude. Honestly, as much as I love Dragon Ball Z, Mario would be bigger. Well, I don't know. I mean, Mario's like, yeah, Nintendo in general, obviously better than Dragon Ball Z. I would put Nintendo in general over anime because Nintendo, they have Pokemon, they have Legend of Zelda, they have Donkey Kong, they have Mario, they have the entire. There's a lot more characters in Nintendo's, and I know Nintendo says Pokemon is an anime, but there's a lot more characters that Nintendo has than anime. Just all of anime, because it's the amount of stuff that you have in Nintendo is insane. Flippy Love VeVe says bought 100-piece collectible from VeVe Store yesterday and received 5 secret rare. Wait, which one? 100. Which one, bro? Which one, Flippy? Dude, this camera is so freaking legit. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Also, what that? I haven't done this yet, so I'm gonna ask y'all to do a little something for me. A little something, shooby. Y'all can smash that like button. That'd be a free way to help support the channel. Not free with Patreon, so button down below, super chats as well. Then, if VeVe gets Pokemon, would you still keep or sell your collectibles? Oh, I would keep the Mighties, and I would keep the Lokis. Everything else is cannon fodder for Pokemon. I'd keep the Mighties and I'd keep the Lokis, and I gold logo. I don't know, but I would have to keep one gold logo because parties. But yeah, that was something is brewing. What's brewing, bro? What's brewing? Spill the tea, MC1. But yeah, because I have to. You got to catch them all. So it says, do you think VeVe would create a separate app for the Pokemon collectibles, like the comics reader? Not unless there was a game. I mean, maybe for the Pokemon manga, but that again, that would just go into the comics reader. Mouse says Pokemon Pocket creates digital collectible cards where we can upgrade our existing cards to the blockchain. They haven't yet. That'd be cool if they could, if they did, but they haven't yet. Pie guys. By the way, thanks for answering our redundant questions. Hope you have great patience, buddy. Well, I try. Batman who laughs. Give me those eyes. All right, so we've been going about an hour and a half. I'll do word up. And the dollar value, brief moment today. Oh wow. Or happen time to time. Yeah, be advised, guys. Wallets sometimes they'll show zero. Like that, a buddy of mine happened to a buddy that had Drive token. It was worth zero for a little bit. Happened with Omi as well. It was worth zero for a little bit, and then obviously it goes back to the correct thing. So if you see that, don't freak out right away. U.S. court rules that sanctions against Tornado Cash smart contracts are unlawful. Not bad, kid. I guess the other thing that I'll go over today that I saw. There's a new player in town called 70 Any-Trees. 70 Any-Trees. That he's new. The ranking 2316. Now, what does this mean? This means that this person was not in the top 500 last week. And the top 500 last week, you had to have 1,644 collectibles. Now this week, this person has 2316. So this person had to have had 780 collectibles that they had added because they had to have, because they didn't have anything last week. They weren't in the top 500, so they had to have less than 1644. Adding 780 collectibles is bananas. And now this person, number 276. I thought that was cool. Other things that you see here: Jayco buying 506 collectibles, Expert buying 328, Stefano 8 buying 90, Hustro, is that buying or selling? I think that's selling 86. Hustro sold 86. WC3 NT-Heat sold 275. But then you have Kirby buying 134, Scary Sea Monster buying 111, Mr. MC1 buying 100 collectibles by himself. Where's he at? Why are you buying 100 collectibles, Mr. MC1? Why buy so many? This is, what are your Xmas plans? I don't know yet. For Thanksgiving, I'm going to be going to, I'm going to a couple of friends' places on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, Veterans Day, I always eat a lot. Christmas, I'm not sure. I'm now number 203, close to breaking 200. Oh, you're close. You're close. I am. Where the heck am I? Where is Chavi Cat? I'm number 482. I am not that. I am falling out of that particular top 500. I'll still hopefully get there. Again, if they ever announce Pokemon, I'll go insane. I'll buy all the stuff. Where's the Omi? Let's see what the Omi's at. Omi down 5% today to 3-1. Oh, down 6% to 3-1. We were actually, yes, 3-1-1-2. This is 3-1-3, 3-1-4 now. 344,000 volume. Really not a lot of volume. Let's see where the volume is coming from. OKX, Mexi, and Ascendex. Dude, Ascendex always has like 142,000. Because I'm supposed to chase the Ultimate Spider-Man, 11 secret rare, but 62 of them with no luck. That's why I have 100 in the week. Okay, that's why. Now that Ultimate Spider-Man, that was obviously on the, that was not on the app, right? That was on the web version. So I don't think I saw one. Latest drop. See all. We had a Thanos one? Was that today? All right, let's see. Yeah, that. Oh, the Ultimate Spider issue 160. Okay. How many of them are there? Let's take a look. Yeah, dude, these load times are too much. But let's see what we have here. Does it say? Wait, what? All right, 3,000 editions. Oh, now it doesn't say. Okay, now, all right, you have to calculate it. So 622, 396. So let's say that is 8,018. It was 296. So it's 1318. So that's 14, 14, plus 153. That's 1571. It's 58. So so there's like 1,600 left. Out of the 1,600 left out of the three. So there's like 60% left. Henry says, got the Secret Ultimate Spider-Man 10 last week. Yo, my man. Get that bread, girl. All right, guys, I got to bounce. That is going to be it for me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say goodbye to Dashi. You know the zombies on the prowl, and it's terror time again.